We begin in the United States in the race for the White House. The battle for the Oval Office is in fact heating up as Donald Trump and President Biden campaign to rally their supporters. Now, the race for the White House is expected to be very close, and the difference between victory and defeat could come down to just a small number of votes in a handful of swing states. Recent opinion polls show that Donald Trump is ahead of President Biden in 5 of the 6 swing states, including Pennsylvania, Michigan, Arizona, Georgia, and Nevada. Meanwhile, President Biden is leading in 1, Wisconsin. Now, President Biden had won 6 of the 7 swing states back in 2020, but Donald Trump's wave of scathing attacks on Biden's administration appears to be breaking through.
The country is finished if we don't win this election. And I heard somebody say it, a scholar say it 2-3 days ago, said, if we don't win, this may be the last election our country ever has. And there could be truth to it. That's where we're going. Because Joe Biden is a threat to democracy. He's the threat to democracy. Joe Biden is so weak on the border that other countries are now publicly taunting and extorting him by pumping migrants across our wide open border. They're opening their jails and they're opening their mental institutions, and they're bringing them right in, and nobody stops them. Nobody.
Donald Trump's popularity is on the rise as President Biden's re-election campaign grapples with voter concerns over his immigration policies and the economy. Additionally, poll results show that voters see Donald Trump as younger and a healthier presidential candidate. In fact, Donald Trump has repeatedly called 81-year-old President Biden sleepy and old, despite being only 4 years younger. The surveys go on to highlight that Donald Trump has a favorable rating for his presidency in the 6 of those 7 key swing states. And as Trump regains popularity, President Joe Biden has teamed up with veteran Democrat Bernie Sanders to lower health care costs, which is a major concern among voters.
You know, the last few weeks, some of the big drug companies have gotten the message to reduce the prices for some asthma drugs. Bernie's a big reason why that's happened. Look, folks, there's a whole lot of prescription drugs that are undergoing the process of lower pricing. Medicare is now able to negotiate lower prices for some of the costliest drugs that treat everything from heart disease to arthritis. This year alone, the law that's already passed, it's in the law now, that we signed, Medicare is negotiating 10 of the most costly drugs next year, and they'll do that every year beyond for the.
President Joe Biden and Donald Trump remain neck and neck with 7 months to go before voters head to the polls. And in the U.S., 7 months is literally a lifetime in presidential politics, meaning that there will be ebbs and flows certainly to occur between now and November. Donald Trump does, in fact, go on trial in less than 15 days, and it is unclear how his court battles will impact the race. The nation has never had a presidential candidate that has also doubled as a criminal defendant. So this is all clearly uncharted territory in the United States presidential politics. Certainly, the Biden camp is hoping their decided money advantage combined with Donald Trump's legal woes will be just enough to move the race in their favor. From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.